Welcome to the G.N.A podcast, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol, where we pre-grain way too much before the show, get really drunk, and then we plan to talk about stuff. Yeah. Pre-grain, yeah, garbabe.
As in, like, distilling and brewing. And that's what we do in pre-graining.
It does, actually. Yeah, that was a garbabe special. He came in, he was very drunk, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been pre-graining, pre-gaming, pre-graining, and it just stuck. It's just now it's instead of pre-gaming, it's pre-graining." So
sounds good.
Wait, who did that? Was that Gur?
No, it was Garbabe. Garbabe. He was early on. Listen to like episode 57 or 58, somewhere in the 56 to 59 range. You'll find Garbabe. Anyways, you just heard a couple people who are on the show tonight. I am Cecil Xavier, your host. We are being joined tonight by Shinzu. Shinzu, how you feeling, man?
Well, I wish I could say I'm feeling amazing, but I have to work tomorrow, so
Oh God, you gotta work. You gotta work tomorrow. Is it that bad? Is it bad?
I mean, it ain't great.
and we're being joined tonight by the Article. He came back for more punishment. We have no clue why, but how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I love talking shit.
yeah, you do. We love hearing it, man.
It's seriously one of my favorite things.
And we're being joined by Zyber, the host of Anime Night and fucking Horror Movie Night, man. How you feeling, guy?
Fuck you, leave me alone. Nah, I'm doing all right. It's been a decent week.
Dude, it has. It has been a freaking great week. And we are being joined by a very special guest tonight. In fact, if you can call where his last name is from, you fucking rock. Chaz Almasy? Did I get it right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Fucking right, yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Dude, I'm great, man. How are you feeling?
I'm in the middle of a war with a skunk, but I'm gonna win, so fuck him.
That's a Pyrrhic victory, man. Always.
Yeah, you got like a fucking bear trap you're gonna set out for this guy, right?
Oh, you're goddamn right I do.
You're gonna win, but at what cost? That thing's gonna like shit on your car right before it dies or something.
Yeah, unless you have like a grenade, battling a skunk it's always a losing battle. There's no way.
No. Leave the trap and hope it kills it.
See, my dog battled a skunk once and then kept burping. It smelled just like a skunk's butt.
Oh, God.
Oh, and this one's like right under the fucking porch, so every time the heater kicks on, if he's down there, you can kind of get that weird musk aroma through the house.
Ode to skunk.
So your place smells like a stale keg of Heineken.
Yes, that's a very good description.
Or some really great weed.
That too.
And that's what the Article's got. This little circle. Dude, man, I got to come out and visit you some night when I got like 3 weeks off and I can get all that stuff out of my system with like a ton of prune juice.
That's not how you get that shit out of your system, man. Prune juice is going to make you get other things out of your system.
Oh.
You can always go with like CBD. They have CBD strains out there with such low levels of THC that it doesn't amount to shit in your system. And in my personal opinion, CBD is usually better anyway because you don't really get high from it, but it's like smoking Tylenol.
Then what's the point?
It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're
CBD
someone
ones.
that can't take traditional pain meds, it's amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's a very good alternative to, developing an opioid addiction.
Yep.
But that's one of my best qualities.
You can even get topicals and creams of it now.
Look, man, I can stop the pills anytime I want.
Yeah, but can you bake it into brownies?
That's why you're offering hand jobs for them.
Oh, dude, that brings me right back to that friggin' movie Half Baked. Have you blown anybody for weed? I've blown people for cocaine. I see them.
I haven't seen that one in forever either.
Yeah, that's a going way back.
Oh, God, yeah.
Jeez, dude on the couch.
Back when Dave Chappelle had a promising career.
Have you ever seen a dollar bill on weed?
Man, you got like a guy back here. He's in the fucking bushes. Secret Service is there. Is he going after the president? You don't know.
Wasn't the guy on the couch Stephen Wright?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
That dude is like one of my favorite comedians.
Are you ever going to pay rent or anything? No, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. You worry about Kenny.
I fucking love that guy.
All right, well, first thing we got to get into before we get too off track, like I expect us to always do, what is everybody drinking? Or, in the Colorado state, smoking. So, Zyber, what are you drinking, man?
Whoa, why are you signaling Colorado? It's legal here in Vermont, too.
Yeah, but I don't like Vermont. I like Colorado. I can go snowboarding out there, and it's awesome.
Ouch, burn. Shitty boarding in Vermont.
How do you not know how to snowboard in Vermont? Like, your board explodes upon crossing state lines?
No, it does. Like, I go over there to Killington, and it just fucking explodes. It bursts into flames. I look like...
Need I remind you, the Okima trip, where we all sat at the bar for like half an hour and then went skiing/snowboarding.
Dude, you don't have to remind me about the Okimo trip, where we boarded up to a waffle shack and had friggin' Belgian waffles while we're boarding.
That sounds wicked.
Dude, it was amazing.
It was pretty awesome.
It was like you board right up to a shack, and it's like this shack in the middle of the mountain. You're boarding down a trail, and there's just this shack there. You board up, you give them money, and there is a waffle.
Nice.
That's a pretty cool idea.
Or you power slide around a turn mid-bite.
I mean, they know... They had it planned, though. This stuff was like right near the prime area of snowboarders. So, like, yeah, these snowboarders are going to be high as hell. They're going to need waffles.
Dude, yeah, what a very oddly specific fucking item. You know, like they could be selling like flares. You know, like you might need one of these. Like, no, fucking waffles go here.
There's like waffles and Funyuns.
Yeah, dude, and you can get the chocolate covered waffles. Like they get the chocolate dip waffles, and I'm telling you, man. Like, you're boarding down there, and you just all of a sudden are like, I feel like a waffle. I should go get a waffle. Where can I get a waffle? And there's just this shack.
Those guys probably make so much money.
Oh, and there's just the light shining down on it, and it's amazing.
I think what happens is you're going down the mountain, and you get, like, a waft of this waffle smell, and you're like, oh, crap, you're going to be a really cool idea if we go down and got some waffles. And they knew that was going to happen, so they just put a waffle shack in the mid-area there. So you're like, oh, there it is.
It's probably a joke to somebody. They're like, you know what, man? I bet this is such a convenient fucking location. We could sell waffles out of this fucking hut. And then they did it. Like,
probably some dude saying there, this is never going to work. No, it's totally going to work.
Like they could put in like a mini Starbucks and probably rake in shitloads more cash, but.
Yeah, but there's a problem though. Have you ever tried boarding with a drink in your hand? So if you dump it and then you dump it all over yourself, that sucks. But like you drop a waffle, you just pick it back up, brush the snow off, and keep mowing.
I've gone down the mountain before drinking, so it's very possible as long as you don't suck at life.
Well, I mean, I have too. But
the only time I was legitimately afraid doing stupid shit like that is when I was both high and drunk. It was like Star Wars going warp speed. I was like, oh fuck, what am I doing? Like, it was fun though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, all of a sudden you got freaking Han Solo right next to you kicking into hyperdrive, and you're like, whoa.
The best part is he never actually went up the lift. He's just sitting at the base of the mountain like, ah.
No, I got on the lift. It wasn't moving, but I got on the lift.
All right, come on. What's everybody drinking? Zyber man, please help me here. What are you drinking, guy?
No problem. If I don't get interrupted.
Zyber, you're dying. You're frozen.
He's frozen. He's frozen. Oh, killed him. All right. So I'll go.
All right.
I'm drinking a maple bourbon old fashioned.
A maple bourbon old fashioned, like
that looks and sounds delicious.
Dude, they have a local distillery here in my beautiful state, which does not suck. This is Cecil.
It only sucks for snowboarding.
And they aged it in a bourbon barrel, so you know what happens there.
I get wood.
Yeah, so then you just take the bourbon that has a delicious maple finish to it, and you just add it to the old fashioned instead of whiskey.
That sounds delicious.
Delicious. It's amazing.
That does sound pretty good.
All right, man. Article. What are you partaking in over there?
Well, I got my bevy of water, but I have a strain called Golden Goat, of all things.
Golden Goat. All right.
Yep. It's a sativa, so I'm already a little high, but it's probably not going to fuck with me too bad.
Man, you're like a low weight when that comes to that shit.
I gotta ask though, like you're saying golden goat, is there like golden hairs sticking through this thing? Is it like
Oh man, I literally just crushed up the last nug, so I can't
damn it
actually show you.
Ah, you're killing me. You're killing me, Attica.
31.23%. That's
I like
a
how
high
it says.
sativa.
I like how it says health living.
All right, Chaz, what are you partaking in? Are you drinking? What are you smoking? Are you smoking? What are you drinking?
Both. I got really shitty cheap beer, Clear Creek Ice, 6%. Costs less than $1 a can.
Oh
That's
yeah.
actually- And then I got cheap weed, plain packaging indica. It's only 17%, but meh.
Hey, that sounds incredible. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
Sometimes it's better than getting like the shit that I have is. That's actually like a problem in Colorado is like trying to. Sometimes you want to find something that's like 15, percent or whatever because you just want to like chill.
Well, it's got a good taste, and it's like our version of No Name, so it's the cheapest shit you can get.
That's what's up, man. I kind of miss the days of getting weed in like indiscriminate baggies, Like,
Yeah. Or you're sitting there with a little scale going, are you ripping me off? Are you ripping? No,
Right.
we're good.
Yeah, no, it's all percentages and exactly to the 0.1 gram.
it's true. There is a strain out here. I so highly recommend. Which admittedly was for the name alone at first, but it's called Jabberwocky.
I've had Jabberwocky before. At least, I can't promise it was the same, but I've had weed called Jabberwocky.
If it was, man, this stuff it will destroy you. Like, I always tell people not to disrespect it because it's like you put it in a bowl. This is seriously like the 1 or 2 hit quit kind of crap. But the way that people smoke weed out here, like you don't really think about it. You just pick up a pipe or whatever and you just start like taking hits and passing it. If you do that with Jabberwocky, like by the time the bowl is done, unless you have like 10 friends to share it with, you're all fucked. Like,
I'd like to say challenge accepted.
well, except for you're a freak, so like nothing fucking affects you. Got a robot heart or something.
He's the Tin Man.
You should tell the story of when I went out to Colorado. It was pretty hilarious.
Well, which part? Admittedly, it was all pretty good. No, but this dude, I see this dude smoke more weed than I don't even fucking know than fucking Snoop Dogg, and it like nothing. He was just like, I don't really see this. So we get a buddy of ours to go into like a medical shop and buy this like super high, highly concentrated.
He got coffee, man. That bar was disgusting.
Well, yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah, he did unfortunately get like the coffee chocolate bar, which admittedly, just I had like a chunk of it, a small piece, and I was like, that's gross. But this dude, like, he just begins eating this candy bar as though it's just like a Hershey's bar. He's like,
That's a bad idea.
right? He's like, I know, bitch. And I was like telling him, like, I must have told him like 15 times, like, dude, I'm telling you, man, it will fuck you up. Take it slow. And we go for this hike on this dinosaur trail, which has got a bunch of like fossils and shit. It's pretty cool. But we get like, I don't even know. We get like maybe a quarter of the way into this thing. And Travis just starts like lagging behind real bad.
Oh no.
He literally, I like turn around. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? And he's like shuffling, like just like, like, I'm like, are you okay? It's like, did you forget how to walk? Like, what the hell's going on here? And I was like, you want to finish the hike or whatever? And he was just like, yeah. And I was like, all right, back to the car. It is, I guess. We get to the car and I was like, what about the amphitheater? You want to go check out Red Rocks? It's really fucking cool. And like, I drive up to the amphitheater and I'm like, come on, let's get out and walk around a bit. And he was just like in the fucking seat, just like curled up. Like, he's like,
oh no, that shit didn't happen like that at all.
Yes,
It didn't. No. What happened was, so you're missing a large context portion of that story. So when we went to Red Rocks, we had the day before we had some edibles that were from a dispensary, and they were the Sour Patch Kids. So I had like 3 or 4 Sour Patch Kids in the course of an hour and didn't feel anything. So when we went to Red Rocks, the day before, his friend had went in to get the dispensary, got that chocolate bar, and the one stipulation I said, it cannot have coffee in it because I cannot stand the taste of coffee. So
I don't remember that part.
He got the bar and it had coffee in it anyway, but this stuff was like every like square was, I think it was like 50 milligrams, something like that. It was a ridiculous amount.
Holy shit.
The whole bar was 350 milligrams.
Yeah. So I ate like half the candy bar. So I ate like half the candy bar, and then I had, what was it, I had like the last 1 or 2 Sour Patch Kids after we waited like 20 minutes. I wasn't feeling anything. And we didn't go to the amphitheater, but I wasn't lagging behind. There was a point in time where like we got to a portion of the Red Rocks where they had like, I don't know what sort of creature was in the Red Rock, and like sticking out. You could just see the fossils there, and I kind of like just stopped. And brother turned to me. He looked at me and he's like, "It wasn't good." No, we walked around, and he looked at me and he's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "I think I'm really, really, really high right now."
Oh yeah, he was destroyed.
He's like, "Are you doing all right?" I was like, "I need to go back to the car now." Like, I don't want to say the fossils were fucking moving, but the fossils are fucking moving. So I get back in the car, and I'm sitting there, I was like, man, I really want some Chinese food or pizza or something along those lines. And the entire ride back, I am just trying to stay, like, quiet and not freak out, because I feel myself internally flipping out. And I'm like, I don't want to start freaking out. So my brother's like, are you doing okay back there? I'm like, do you want to talk? No. So we get back, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, can we get some pizza? And he's like, yeah, you already asked that question, and we already said yes, and we already ordered the pizza. And I'm like, okay. And then I just went to the bathroom, and I started hurling.
Oh.
Bad.
You got greened out hard.
Well, no, it was really bad, because every time I like would pick my teeth, I had like a coffee grain hit my tongue, and I was like, this is disgusting. So then like I vomited because it's so gross. I vomited, and then I tasted coffee. So then I vomited again, and then I tasted coffee, and I vomited again. And then I crashed for like 5 hours or something. I can't remember how long I was out. I went to sleep.
Yeah, like he fell asleep before the pizza ever got there. He didn't.
Yeah, it did.
It was just like he was done. And I've never seen, you can't really overdose on weed anyway.
Nah, you fall asleep pretty much.
Right, but like, if anybody ever had like almost an adverse reaction to weed, that was like the closest I've ever seen.
Wasn't any
socked him like a wall of bricks, man. Just bow.
I think that if there hadn't been any coffee flavoring in that candy bar, any coffee grains, I think I would have been fine. That it was disgusting.
Like I especially agree with that vicious cycle that you were saying. I agree there. Like that bar was gross. It was.
So full disclosure, like tiramisu, I had a piece of tiramisu before, and like I was gagging after tiramisu because I really do not like the taste of coffee that much. I hate it. It's disgusting.
No, you were gagging for other reasons.
Well, I had to pay for the candy bar one way, dude.
I myself am drinking some Kirk and Sweeney, since I completely forgot about me. And you can't forget about the host. You can't forget about me. So that Kirk and Sweeney, I had about a half a bottle left over. Well, full disclosure, I actually was pre-gaming prior. My boss's boss actually asked me if I wanted to go join them to go drink some booze. So I said, yeah, of course I want to join you to go drink some booze. Why would I not want to join you to drink some booze? So I was at a bar drinking some Guinness before I got home. And then, of course, I had to rush home because I had to get home before I was too drunk to drive. And then I started drinking. Well, no, that's a valid thing, man. I wanted to get home before I was too drunk to be behind the wheel. So I had to drive fast and get here.
Well, Guinness isn't strong.
It makes it sound like you drank enough to be too drunk to drive, and then you were trying to beat your digestive tract.
Exactly. That's exactly correct. I was trying to beat my whole digestive system from filtering.
That's
that
not how
into
you
my body.
DUI.
Oh my god.
But anyways, I got home before I was too drunk to drive, and I had about half a bottle of that Kirk and Sweeney left. So I just poured that. I've got this fun-looking 32-ounce Pepsi glass that I stole from a restaurant in New York somewhere, and I just filled it up with some rum, and then I had some other rum laying around, so I filled it up with some more rum. So this is Kirk and Sweeney with some Ryan Nephew's overproof rum in it, and I gotta say it actually mixes well. I didn't think it would mix well with other rum, but it mixes quite well with other rum. So it's a little strong.
Yeah, it sounds like.
It's got a bit of a kick, but it still has all that Kirk and Sweeney flavor to it. It's got that nice. There's like a little bit of clove, a little bit of vanilla right there. It's very, very nice. Now, I don't recommend drinking an entire 32-ounce glass of rum ever in your life, so don't do that. But
I've been there.
But hey, if you've already got the night going well and you just want to maintain, this is a great way to maintain. Fantastic way to maintain.
I once puked in a urinal.
I have never been that drunk.
Really?
That I've ever vomited because of being drinking.
Challenge accepted.
You have never been to Singapore, so
This is accurate, but I have done a lot of other things in a lot of other places, just not Singapore. I did. But I behaved myself there. But you're missing. There was a really good story of me being in Colorado, and it was who was your friend? I can't remember his name for the life of me. He called me El Diablo.
Are we talking about Diablo?
No. Yeah, your friend. We had a friend come over. He's the one who got me the candy bar.
oh, well, it might have been my. Oh no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't your roommate. It wasn't Potato Head Jr.
Fuck, I really haven't tried.
I don't remember. We were sitting there and we were smoking a bowl, and we got the one that was named after Godzilla.
Ding! Marijuana affects the memory.
Then we got the Diablo. And after it was after like the third bowl, he was like macroed into the couch or whatever chair he was sitting in. He couldn't move. And I was the only one out of the three of us that was actually like actively walking around and moving.
I think it was Jason. Yeah. Yeah.
Not
He was
last
just sitting
name
there like-
Voorhees, was it?
No, but he was like sitting there like leaning. He's like leaning back in his like chair, like the force of gravity is just pushing him back down.
Because I want to point out, if I ever actually got high and Jason Voorhees was there, I wouldn't know what to fuck do. Like I would probably pass him the bowl.
You wouldn't know what to do now.
I was just gonna say you passed that blunt,
That's exactly what I do.
and you hope the fuck he hits it.
I think he would take it. I think he would just cut his hand off and then accept it, and then just throw your hand back at you.
Yeah, just take the hand with the roach clip in it and just pull it up to his mask and just take a good old hit. Then hand me my hand back, and I'd be like, "Thanks, good on you." Well, do we have Zyber Blood here? Is he here? Can he hear us?
I don't know. The guy's got a Walmart connection tonight, apparently.
All right, we're going to say he's not here. Yeah, his connection is still tanked. So we're going to say Cyberblood is not here tonight. So
I DDoSed him.
we're going to skip on to the next segment of State of Games. State of Games, if you don't know what it is, State of Games is where we talk about what we've played for the last week, or we just pontificate about how we feel games are today. And boy, do I got something to go into here.
Oh, I hope so.
But, Chaz, you're the new guy. Tell us your State of Games, man.
I've been playing the fuck out of Dragon Quest and Destiny. That's about it.
All right, tell me about Dragon Quest, because I grew up with Dragon Quest on NES, so you got to tell me about it.
It is just like that, except for 3D, with a few like nicer mechanics and a lot of. They've streamlined all the annoying shit that used to be in Dragon Quest. It's
Awesome.
it's beautiful. It's got amazing cutscenes, and if you like Dragon Quest and you like to grind, it's like perfect.
Fucking
Like they improve the auto battle system so much, so that like because there's so many fights, it can get monotonous. It just takes away all of the normal monotony out of grinding. It's just simple and awesome.
God, it reminds me of Suikoden 3. They really mastered the auto battle in that. That just made it so easy, and you could just play it while doing whatever, schoolwork, banging the old lady, whatever.
I've always heard good things about that series, but I've never actually played any of them.
Oh, you got to check out Suikoden. So much fun. So much fun. What about you, Article? What's your State of Games there, guy?
I just put a cracker in my mouth, damn it. Josh.
That's not a cracker. That's someone's dick.
Guy's got a crunchy dick.
But when you don't wash it.
Oh, man. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, more ways than one. Have you guys heard about this game called Below?
I've read about it, but I haven't played it.
Sounds familiar.
So it's supposed to be this like random dungeon generated kind of roguelike.
Yeah, it's kind of a Metroidvania style, isn't it?
Yeah, if Metroid were like top down, sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, essentially, yeah. But so I got that. I was kind of excited for that because it falls in the same line of games as like if you ever played The Binding of Isaac or that kind of stuff, where it's like the game is really centered around the loot you get. So I tried that, and holy crap, I couldn't do it. The walk speed in the game is so horribly slow. I got to like the first dungeon and I was like, I'm done. I can't explore anything at this speed. So that was a disappointment, unfortunately. Other than that, I've just been playing kind of the same old stuff. And not a whole lot this week. I didn't really play too much this week. But yeah. It's pretty much what's been going on.
Nice. What about you, Shinzu? What's your state of games there, guy?
Unfortunately, I haven't really played too many games this week. Of course, on every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, you and I stream Dead Space 3 until we beat it.
Yeah, we fucking do.
I played a couple rounds of PUBG like the day before yesterday and sucked horribly bad. But I am really looking forward to playing the Resident Evil 2 demo that they've released today. I'm just kind of saddened by the fact that you can only play for 30 minutes and then it cuts you off. Daddy needs his crack, man.
Oh, we're going to find ways around that. You know people will. What about you, Chaz? What is your state of games there, guy?
Already answered. Dragon Quest.
Fuck me, I've been drinking too much tonight. I got to stop drinking. Hi, my name is Cecil, and I am an alcoholic.
Just keep going around the room. All right, Article, what do you think?
Yeah, what's your state of games there? Well,
You're only an alcoholic if you give up.
No,
my state of games is nothing will ever compare to when I was like 12 years old, and like Super Nintendo was the shit or whatever. That's my state of games.
Oh, yeah, man. Dude, like, that's one of the things I miss is the old school, like, games you either had just really stupid fun mechanics or you had a fucking story that blew your mind. Like, that's what I fucking miss.
Games made you want to kill your brothers. We played River City Ransom, and
that game is still so fucking good. River City Ransom is amazing. That game is timeless. Everybody loves it. If I get like an emulator and shit, I will play that with friends to this day. That is such a good game.
I mean, don't they have it for the Switch? I thought they had it available for the Switch, or it's going to be available.
I don't have a Switch, so.
Oh, well. Sucks to be you.
I mean.
Yeah, but nothing's fucking better than like everybody hanging out. We're playing some Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo, and I'm kicking the shit out of Scott Thompson with my toes.
Dude, I'll tell you, man, there's one game that my brother was like absolutely in love with when we were growing up, and he'll cringe when I say the Four Swords.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
No, I don't cringe anymore. I'm just dead inside because of it. This motherfucker, man. Did you guys ever see like the Legend of the Four Swords or whatever? Way back, it was like the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, it was the GameCube one, right?
Right, but there was an added element to it. You could play on the Game Boy Advance as well. And one of the coolest features of this was you play by connecting like your game and Game Boy to the GameCube, and it all like interacts with one another. So if you beat the Four Swords, you get like cool items in your actual game.
Oh, cool.
So pretty cool mechanic. But this cocksucker, oh, so he's fucking ruthless at this game. Every chance he saw where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that item because I'm gonna be able to fuck him over with it," he would go do that, and it would be like one of those, like we get to like the end of the match and be like, "All right, let's fairly split the treasure since every stage requires teamwork to get through."
Mm-hmm.
So I would like get to the treasure chest or whatever, and I would always wait for him to show up so we could split it evenly. But did he do that when it was his turn?
Fuck no.
No. As soon as he get in there, he just loot everything and leave me the garbage. And so, like, by the end of this game, he gets all the cool fucking weapons, including, like, the ultimate master sword in this little Game Boy game, right? and leaves me fucking high and dry. And then I was like, come on, let's play again so that I can get that item. He'd be like, nah, I don't feel like it. Oh, fuck you for that.
You know, the worst part is as much as you'll say like, fuck you, because D played with us too, but he was like bad. Like I felt bad stomping D in that game because it was like if PUBG was like you play with your teammates at the very end. They were like, all right, only one of you can survive, and you have to then kill your teammates. That's what the game was. Four Swords was you played as a team, and then you verse each other. And I always won because I was sneaky about it. And he always
really fun though.
It was like he knew it was coming, but he still fell for it every single time.
I was of the opinion that kindness could change him. You know.
He's like, I don't want to view you like I view my the eldest brother. I want to trust this one.
Well, you were wrong, weren't you?
And he couldn't.
Yeah, I was foolish and naive to think that his heart had not yet been twisted black.
Oh, Christ!
There was a lot of games.
I never got to use the master sword in that game.
You didn't.
This fucking dickhead. I still don't know what it's like.
Actually, funny story is when I was home for over the holidays, I actually loaded up that game and I still had it on my character.
Oh, nice!
And I was just spinning around, going wee.
You should have fucking sent me a video clip of it.
I was gonna send you I was gonna take a picture with my camera and then send it to you. Just send it and be like, here you go. You'd be like, what was that? Oh, motherfucker!
Yeah, you'd feel the lightning bolt like strike down on you from that far away.
Yeah.
Verizon would be like, we didn't see a data spike, but we saw a lot of hate coming over your network. I don't know what's going on here.
Always been the best of the three of us at scheming.
Scheming?
Yeah. That's just one good trait.
I was smarter than my brother.
So anyway, so my state of games, actually, I've been playing a bunch this week because I passed my last class, so I'm done with the semester. Fuck right. Fucking A right, eh? So I'm done with the semester. I've done like a bunch of weeks early, so I've been taking the rest of the week off, just chilling out, playing some games. So I played a shit ton this week. I played a bunch of Destiny. I've actually started leveling up in that finally. Destiny 2, I should say, not Destiny. Destiny fucking 1. I've done everything you possibly can. I've been playing some Elite Dangerous, and that game, like once you actually get the hang of it, is so much fucking fun. I actually want to build a goddamn cockpit just to play that damn game, which we're going to get into a little later. I've been playing a bunch of mobile stuff, Marvel Strike Force and shit like that. And I kicked into some Graveyard Keeper again, and that game is so silly fun.
I want to play it. I think it's available for Xbox. I want to play it.
Dude, it is like Stardew Valley, but you carve up human beings and you take out their guts and you eat them. It's great.
You make like canteens.
Dude, it's an amazing fucking game. It's so simple, but it's so great.
I'm going to look it up right now, see if it's on.
One thing I wanted to mention about games this time around is you guys probably have seen the news about Activision and Bungie splitting out, right?
Yeah. I actually commented on that earlier because it was like Bungie wins rights to Destiny in split with Activision. And I automatically was like, yeah, Activision probably let that shit go.
Oh, yeah.
Easy decision for them.
Well, funny thing is, if you read through the contract, all the intellectual property shit goes to Bungie, goes to the licensor. As I'm holding up my quote fingers. So really, there was nothing really Bungie had to do all that much there. They were entitled to the intellectual property of it.
And they had an escape clause written into it that after 8 years, which is now, was like that was already written in from the
Yeah, they still have to stick to the original contracted script for Destiny 2, but after Destiny 2, they can do whatever they want. But I can still say without a doubt in my mind that Destiny 3 is still going to blow.
Well, actually, no. In the contract, they're supposed to be with Activision for Destiny 3, which is supposed to be released 2019.
Yep.
So there's actually, that's written into the contract, and it says Destiny Game 3, and it specifies the dates for it.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I have not, I gotta admit, man, I have not been a fan of the Destiny games. Not at all.
And you know what? That's completely cool because Destiny is, what I found is you either love it or you hate it. There's no middle ground with it.
Right. It's not that it's not that I hate it. It's that like I really want to like it, but I just don't see the reason. Like,
I'm with my brother on this one. See, like, I really want to love Destiny, but I can't find a reason to. I beat the game in the first 3 hours I owned it, and I endgamed it in less than a week, and I'm like, there's nothing here. And
no, you didn't. You didn't endgame the whole thing.
Destiny 1, absolutely, yeah.
You completed the raid in a week.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Well, no, when the raid came out, I had a group, and by week 2 it was done.
Yeah, I'm hard mode or regular mode.
Oh, just regular mode, not hard mode. I didn't really feel the need to do hard mode because I didn't really enjoy normal mode.
Okay, well then,
I think I did go back and do it.
Hey, I want to kind of bitch about that, like the hard mode and the I hate games that when they invent like hard modes, really the only thing that changes is that the enemies become stronger and their shots do more damage.
No, I agree with you completely. I hate games that do that, and like the Taken King. Hard mode was exactly that. Hard mode was everything just became bullet sponges. But like Atheon actually added some very cool mechanics on hard mode. And
that
I can respect. That I can like. That's like playing Halo on like normal versus playing Halo on legendary. Like they become more bullet sponges, but their AI is crazy harder to beat.
See, there's nothing worse than playing one of those games and accidentally triggering hard mode. Especially when you're not ready for it.
Oh, you mean like Terraria, where your friends join in with you and then they destroy the wall of flesh and all of a sudden everything's hard?
Yeah, there was that one. I can't remember which one it was, but we were playing through one, and it was like our first playthrough. We were decked to hell, and we played the game, and all of a sudden everything just got so incredibly difficult. It was because we kept popping hard mode every time we played the game. We had to actually slow our DPS down a bit so we didn't pop the hard mode.
Well, the rest, the only other thing that I've been playing, as you've already heard, I've been playing Dead Space 3 with Shinzu on Wednesday nights, and I am really looking forward to getting to the end of Dead Space 3 because, man, this has been a wild ride.
Dude, we were both screaming last week.
Yeah, you screamed like a little girl.
It, yeah.
I
didn't scream like a little girl. It was more like a teenage girl.
You fucking did, dude. I heard you hit an octave, 2 octaves higher than where you are normally.
All right, look. It came from behind. He pushed it in. It wasn't welcome. It was not consensual. And then he killed me. So it wasn't even like a thank you, here's some change for cab fare. He just straight up murdered me.
Yeah, that was a murking. Totally.
It was really, really bad, too. I just like the one scene where we're climbing down the ice sculpture, and you're like all the way at the very bottom, and I'm just killing all the enemies on the way down.
No, you're not.
I think I'm
you're
killing
not
them.
Killing
no,
them.
I thought I was killing them,
weren't
and they're just landing on top of you. So by the time I get down there, he's on the ground with like 1,000 things just around him, just like clawing his eyes out.
I'm down there, and it's like you know that song "Raining Men." Like, it's that, only it's raining necromorphs. I'm sitting there, all of a sudden one drops in front of me. I'm like, well, wow, that's really odd. Let me launch this at you. Bam, wreck it. Then next thing I know, there's like 4 more, and I'm like, shit, I need to reload. Then they're on top of me. And then it's unconsensual. It's like, oh shit, what do I do now? I'm trying to spam the button to get my med packs. That's not working. I finally get one off of me, and I start ripping its head off. And then 3 more drop down on top of me, and I'm like, what are you doing up there? And he's like, I'm just shooting these things. I'm like, well, fucking kill him.
The really worst part was, like, it wasn't like I was, like, intentionally knocking them off. If you shot them even once and you hit them in an area that would be considered, like, you know, you knock an arm or something like that, they would just immediately fall. So every time I, like, just shotgun, they would just fall. And they were just falling nonstop because they continuously kept coming out when I'm up there, and they just kept falling on his head.
Yeah, and I'm down there at the bottom because I did what I normally do in video games, which is I beeline towards wherever I got to get. Then I turn around and I wreck face. Well, I beeline down this friggin' thing on a zip line. I turn around and I'm like, oh, cool, there's nothing down here. So I start walking around looking for stuff to collect. And next thing I know, I hear this from behind me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I turn around, there's a dude. I'm like, oh, shit. Bam. Well, that was really odd. Where did that guy come from? There's nothing down here. Then the fucking things just start raining down like friggin' toads in a fucking apocalypse. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Pretty much just like those slapstick comedies where you see one guy on the ground, the other guy's in the tree with the hornet's nest. He's just slowly cutting it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. This motherfucker had a
landed like
hornet's nest.
square on his fucking head, and he's running around screaming. And he's like, get down here, I need help. And I'm like, I'm coming. But then I look and I see the mess, and I was like, I don't want to go down there. Like, I really don't want to deal with this shit.
And then I died.
these are new pants. Like, these are Gucci. And you're dead anyway, so what does it matter?
Yeah, fuck Gucci. You're just like, I'm just going to watch this happen. I want to see how this plays out. We're good here.
Dude, sometimes when you see a beautiful gangbang, you just got to step back and watch.
Yep.
Schemer. That's what I'm talking about.
I was like, shit, I can post this stuff to XTube and it's going to get tons of views.
No, they don't allow rape.
Well, we actually have a topic for tonight. Like, there was actually a plan here. So the topic for tonight is, what is your dream gaming rig? Now, let me specify here so that you're not like, oh shit, I got nothing to say. Like, your dream gaming rig doesn't have to be down to the, oh, I've got this memory in here at this megahertz and this is what I've got it tuned to. No, I don't give a shit about that. You don't have to be that crazy. Just, what is your dream gaming setup? It could be a friggin' Nintendo with a light gun if that's what you feel is the best thing out there. But what is your dream setup? That's where we're going with this. Let's go around the room and let's hear what everybody's got to say. So, Article, you said it's easy, so let's hear what you got. What's your dream setup, man?
Augmented reality.
Well,
Nice.
Stuff like the HoloLens. Like, if they can actually get that crap off the ground and going, oh my God. Are you kidding me? It would be amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah. But how crazy would that be if you had augmented reality? You put the glasses on, all of a sudden you see like the chick from friggin' Fear over next to you. You see Alma right there.
I mean, it really depends. Are we talking like this is like Alma as in she's going to kill you, or Alma as in you're doing some Rule 34?
No, this is Alma as in you need Depends, like you need that as an underwear brand.
Well, also keep in mind anyway that she does rape you in the game anyway. So, I mean, it's kind of a...
Well, I mean, that's going a little far with it. But I just mean not even in the gaming sense, but like if we could have legitimate augmented reality, I mean, that would change everything. We would not, like, there would be no, well, I mean, there would still be primarily probably for coding and whatnot, but it would essentially become the new computer. Like, nobody's going to want to go back from that.
Dude, have you watched Black Mirror?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, you know the episode I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Where he's in the fucking house and those things, like everything.
I haven't seen it yet.
That right there. When you say augmented reality, that's what I think of right there. And I just go, fuck you. No way. That shit's going to mess me up.
If I could go through some kind of an experience like that, but at the end of it, it's like, oh, surprise, it was just a game. I'd be like, hold again. Replay.
So what is the holdup for the HoloLens anyway?
I mean, they sell it. Like, it's available for purchase, but it's still a very, like...
It's developer kits only, though.
It doesn't have the most processing power right now, from what I understand, either.
Well, no, because they're trying to make it run on a battery, too. So it's like, they're trying to do a lot with it, which they might be kind of biting off more than they can really chew. But, I mean, if they get it, if they crack some... the thing about it is, like, it doesn't have to work right now, but they're laying the friggin' groundwork for it in the future. So whatever that augmented reality becomes, like, we're staring at the baby products right now. So even if we look at them and we can kind of like shrug our shoulders and be like, it's just not really that great yet. It's like, yeah, that's the same way people reacted when they saw the Atari. Mm-hmm. You know, like the change is, I expect it probably to be quicker than you know, from Atari to Xbox One or whatever. But we can't even imagine the kind of shit that we're going to be able to do, that we haven't even thought about that kind of an atmosphere for developing shit yet. Not in any real sense. We're still working on that stuff. So, I mean, it's going to change the world in terms of education. Like, imagine how amazing it would be to go through an engineering program, being able to see everything play out in front of you in 3 dimensions. Yeah. That's incredible.
They actually, the HoloLens just got a military contract from the look of it, too.
Oh, nice.
$480 million. Yeah.
The technology is incredible. It's even the limited stuff that it does do right now is fucking nuts. It's cool as shit. And so, like, yeah, I can't wait for that. I think it's going to be incredible. And honestly, I'm just kind of a little upset it's not here already.
It'll be here soon enough.
True.
What about you, Chaz? What's your dream? What's your dream rig? What's your dream setup?
I go more along the lines of I just want one box that can stream everything. No required to like download, like sort of like that experiment they did with the Assassin's Creed Odyssey that Google was running.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
like shit like that. Just like one simple machine that doesn't need to have the guts because the guts are elsewhere. Just has the right infrastructure where you can just anything you wanted to try, you could just start streaming.
Yeah, that would be actually. I could see that being functional. Oh, just as much fun.
Yeah, well, Japan has actually got a few other games, including Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that are running on that kind of service because they have the infrastructure to support it.
Yeah, but Japan also had that PSP Go thing, which was supposed to take off. And ironically, it just turned into what the PS Vita is because you can't fucking find a PS Vita physical game anywhere. You just get all your shit off of PS Plus.
Yeah, I don't think I bought a Vita game in like 2 years, but I still get them every month.
Yep. Yeah. Well, next month is the last month you can get them. After that, they are.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, they're no longer free. They're stopping that whole thing.
That's alright, I sold my Vita a long time ago.
Oh, dude, I still use my Vita, man. Like, I'll connect to my PS4. I'll sit there in bed and like just finish out a round of Diablo or jump a couple sectors in Elite Dangerous or some shit. Man. I used to fucking play Destiny 1 raids off of that. I would like sit in the front room while the family is watching TV, and I'd fucking fire up the raid, and I'd be like, I wonder if I can complete a raid from the Vita. And I'd friggin' rock the hell out of it. And I'd be like, yeah, I think I need to stop playing this game. I'm playing a little too much now.
Yeah. I never did it for raids, but I used to patrol a lot while hanging out with people.
Yeah. It's just such a functional device. What about you, Shinzu? What's your dream setup, man? Like dream rig?
I honestly, I go back and forth on this because like I like to keep my dreams are generally within a specified range, like affordable, obtainable. Like I know everyone has dreams of grandeurs, becoming president one day, things like that.
No, man, fucking money is not an issue. What is your dream goddamn rig?
I don't dream like that though. I don't be like, man, I'd love to have like 2080 Ti's and. I just want to, what I really want to do is...
You're not Bitcoin mining over there, man. You're playing some games.
I know. But what I'm going to be doing is I want to have 3 monitors that have been mounted, and I want to have my computer be inside the computer desk, like have a glass top, have like 2 GTX 1080s Ti's running, and they're all look cool, and all have it spaced out, and then I want to have it on the wall, cable management, so that it kind of looks like a circuit board. On the walls.
Oh, I've seen those. Those look awesome.
Yeah, they're really good. I want to kind of do it in a different way a little bit, and then I want to incorporate. You guys familiar with Nanotech's Canvas by any chance?
No.
Nope.
No. So what Nanotech has done is they've created these squares, and I'll share a link. I'm going to look it up real quick right now. And what you can do is you have these small like squares that you put on the wall, and you can interchange them. You can kind of move around a little bit. Yeah.
They light up, right?
Yes.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm going to kind of incorporate those into the design. And, of course, touching them is, what do you want to call it? Copy link address there. So there we go. I'll go ahead and send it that way. I don't know. That's probably going to be a terrible picture, right?
It works.
It works. So I want to incorporate that into the circuitry design to kind of give it a little depth and a little feel to it. But I want to have that be an option for me.
That would look hot.
Yeah, I think so.
I love that ambient lighting shit that they've been coming out with, especially like the Philips Hue, where they're making the lights actually merge in with the televisions and shit like that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic idea. I just think the Philips Hues are a little overpriced for what they are. I really like the Nanotechs because these ones are interactive. Like I like the triangular ones, but even the triangular ones have like a rhythm beat to them. So if you put on music or if you make noises, the lights will come to life, as it were, and it makes it kind of like the room seem a little bit more vibrant. And they also have like a dual purpose where if you need a particular area where you need additional light, they are low profile. They have a cord that's very thin, so you can put it in the middle of the ceiling and run that cord, which you can get really long cords for them, down the wall, and then boom, you have LED lights above your head, which are surprisingly bright and can be used for a variety of different things.
Actually, I've seen a lot of people use them for when they're streaming. to give a lot of light from surrounding lights because they can put them in so many quick and easy places, and it lights up the room very well.
Actually, share one more example because this example is like I saw this and I was like, that can't really be done. And then I took a closer look at it, and I'm like, actually, yeah, it's very plausible to have that done. It actually comes out looking fun, looking fine.
Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, they're very sleek. And on the left hand side, you can see their older generation. The triangles are their previous the predecessor to this one.
Really? I kind of like the triangles more.
Yeah, I want the triangles, but for a different thing. Like I want to do both, but I think for what I want to do for the wall behind my computer, the triangles aren't going to work because I'll be doing some cable management that involve really like 90-degree turns and things. So I need to have something that's going to fit within that.
Yeah. And everybody knows triangles can't have 90-degree angles or anything.
No, except for like those fucking isosceles triangles or shit like that. What the fuck is it? I'm not a mathematician.
He was being a smartass.
I'm a drunk. Well, my rig is a little bit less elaborate, but very functional. I am a super, like, you wouldn't know it, but I'm a super, like, flight simulator, car simulator guy. I love those games. Like Gran Turismo back in the day, that was my bread and butter. I fucking loved that game.
Have you ever played any of the, what the hell is the Xbox? Or
Forzas?
Yeah, Forza Motorsport.
I actually have played the Forzas, and I like them, but they still feel a little arcadey to me.
That's right. I've never played any of them, so.
No, they're great games, but they still have that touch of arcadey to me. It's kind of like just like Need for Speeds. Like even the ones that really tried to go farther towards the simulation style, they still felt really arcadey. And I'm a Gran Turismo like fan. I really am. And it's probably made me biased, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with people calling me out on it. Because they really are. They're just great games.
I was going to say, I've never played any of the Gran Turismos, but I've always seen like the reviews, and they've always been glowing. So,
well, the thing I love about them is that they've got something for anybody who's a car buff. So if you like racing, they've got the racing part of it. So you can race. If you like tuning, they've got tuning coming out of the goddamn asshole.
Yeah, you can even like change your suspension and everything by like fractions of an inch.
You can change your suspension, you can change your camber, you can change your...
True of Forza as well.
Well, you can get right down to the nitty-gritty of changing your air to fuel ratio, to changing your gear ratio. I mean, it's nuts the amount of customability that you can do. And there's a great documentary out on, I think it's Hulu, where they go into how they design the games and whatnot, and they actually send technicians out to these racetracks, and they photograph, and they analyze, and they catalog every little bit of these tracks, every crack, every crevice, every angle, everything. I mean, they go into this so friggin' deep, it's astounding the level of detail that they write this shit down to, and I give them super props because I've never raced on any of these tracks, but I feel fully confident that after playing their game, I would know what these tracks felt like. Like that's how detailed these things are.
Yeah.
If you're
like
a car buff,
Mario Kart, right?
Yeah, Mario Kart and crack.
If you're a car buff, Cecil, have you ever seen, it's not really what it used to be, but Top Gear?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I've seen Top
so
Gear. I've seen the American, or the not the American, but the version they did after one. So they did Top Gear, and then the guys, like, the one guy got kicked off, and then they made the newer version. I forgot what the fuck it is, but...
Yeah. But they did a entire episode where they went to the Nuremberg ring, and they played Gran Turismo to train for taking on the Nuremberg ring, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, the level of detail that they give in these games are amazing. That's why I love these simulation games, as well as the flight simulator games. As far back as like Microsoft Flight Simulator, there is some great length of detail. I attribute it back to, like, they don't make it like they used to, because they just don't make, they don't put that type of passion into games. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't passionate about games, and I'm not saying developers aren't passionate about games. Don't think I'm saying that. But the people who made, like, Flight Simulator, they were really fucking passionate about planes. like their level of passion, it was fucking Spinal Tap. It goes to 11. I mean, it's just the level of detail that they put into these games. And as they keep going and the technology gets better and they put more detail into them, that's why my full-on dream rig would be almost a full-on replica of a cockpit. Because that's what I would want to be in. That's what I would want to immerse myself in. And whether it has VR or not, I'm not I'm kind of on the fence about that. I really like the concept of VR, especially when it comes to games like Elite Dangerous. Because, man, Elite Dangerous, I think, was just built for VR.
I agree. I agree completely with that.
And I think
the cockpits alone are insane. There's so much shit.
Oh, it's amazing. And just the level of detail and just the way they have it set up, I just feel like it would be really incredible to play. So I'm really on the fence on if VR would be something I'd want to incorporate into it. But I could envision like an old F4 Phantom cockpit and like that being the rig and the whole canopy being made out of monitors so that literally everything I see out of it is that. And this goes back to a quick story time with Cecil. This goes back to when I was a freaking kid visiting my grandparents down in New York City. And my uncle would take me down to the harbor, and they would have the aircraft carrier. I think it was the Enterprise was there. They parked it. Yeah, they parked it there for fucking ever, and people could take tours of it. And one of the things that they had on it was they had a thing where you could shuffle through, and they actually had this. It was a gargantuan flight simulator. I mean, it was a video game, but it was gargantuan, and it was what they used to train pilots on, with what they would do on their off time to keep skills up and shit like that. And it was a replica of the old F4 Phantom inside. I mean, the control panel, everything. It was, but they had monitors and all that shit, but they were, the graphics on it were
terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was 1990, 2 or whatever the fuck it was, and they were bad.
Yeah,
but
not exactly astounding today either.
Exactly. Well, yeah, but they were good enough to kind of give you a head, kind of give you the feel of basically what was in there. And man, I used to go down there, and when we would go to that ship, nobody was ever in those fucking things, and I always went in them. Like as soon as we went down there, it's like I'm going to that fucking flight simulator. I probably have more time clocked in that simulator than most of the pilots on that fucking ship, because that's how much time I spent in that damn simulator. And I could do some shit in that thing that was just amazing. I could, if I closed my eyes right now and really thought about it, I could probably put my hands on all the controls that I needed to take off. I mean, that's how much time I spent in it. That's how much fun I had in it. So my dream rig really would be like a full-on cockpit, just one that I climb in, close the fucking door. I've got a surround sound system in there so I can hear every little bit of what's going on. And I've got monitors in front of me. I've got controls coming out my ass end, kind of like frickin' Steel Battalion's controller.
That was an awesome controller back in the day.
Oh my god, dude! Article had that fucking controller. He had that fucking game.
He still has it.
Did your glass stay intact, or did you actually smash it?
Oh no, it stayed intact.
Nice.
It stayed intact. I actually saw it when I was there last.
I know what you mean, though. There is the urge to. But the thing about that is I just always had the screen, that little cap, up.
Okay, yeah.
Just taped it up or whatever so that it wouldn't get in the way if I needed to eject really quick.
Yeah.
That way I wouldn't risk breaking it.
I do remember being downstairs and then hearing him swear up and down a storm when he failed to eject on time and lost everything.
Oh.
It happens so many fucking times. That game is hard, man. It's difficult.
It's like the OG Dark Souls. It's just unforgiving as all hell.
Yeah, dude. Well, one of like the fourth or fifth level, you're in a war essentially. There's like 5 of you in your vertical tanks, as they're dubbed, against literally a fucking army. And and they have their own plenty, like dozens of their own vertical tanks.
Now,
and
keep in
every
mind,
single
too,
one of theirs are just as dangerous as yours are.
Yeah, because this game, they didn't like, enemies were they were as strong as you were. They were just other players, but they were computerized, so they were far more accurate than he was.
And their shithead, like, the soldiers on the ground would, like, lay traps and shit for you, and it's like, next thing you know, you'd be getting, like, half your fucking leg blown off by a fucking mine or something. You're like, you know, that's a tough game, man. It is difficult. They were not fucking around with that.
Fun as fuck, though. No, but that would be my dream rig, and just because when I get into a game, I want to fucking immerse myself in it, and like that's me. Like when I play a video game, I shut out everything that's going on around me. I get into the game, and I am whatever character I'm playing, whatever I'm doing, I am that character, and that's what I love about those video games, those simulations. You really feel like you are there.
You really are kind of like the only person to know that literally the world could end and you'd be kind of staring at from your controller going, what?
Yeah, there'd be a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant around me, and I'd be like, dude, could you fucking turn it down? I'm trying to clear this raid.
Oh, man. I do like... It's funny you say that, though, because that's one of the things I think I miss most about video games is I don't really find too many of them all that immersive anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like... There was, you know, I think that one of the best examples I have of this is Mass Effect. I played through all three, of course, with the same save character, you know, like through and through. By the time I got done playing that game, my character Shepard, that was Shepard. Every time I saw somebody else play that game, and they had like their own character build with like their own, you know, design or whatever, I'd be like, that's not the real Shepard.
Imposters.
Like that's how attached I was to that fucking game. And that's the kind of stuff I miss that, man.
Dude, okay.
He did used to argue. He'd be like, my Shepard can beat up your Shepard.
All right. Slight story time with Cecil. So I didn't get to play Mass Effect 1 because I was PS4 or I was PlayStation side, so I didn't get a chance to play Mass Effect 1. But I played Mass Effect 2. Fucking loved the game. Played through it, and I thought I made all the best choices you possibly could in that game. So I went through and I played through. I'm like, man, all right, I feel good. I imported my character into the third game. I went through and I got to the spot where you're talking to Legion. And you've got a choice where you can either kill the fucking, what was it, the Gect or whatever the hell it was, the robot race, or you could kill Talia's race, or whatever the fuck her name was. And you had a choice. You could kill one or the other. And I'm sitting there, and I literally, like, I'm sitting there with a controller in my hand going, I can't make this decision. This is not fucking right.
If you had your skills high enough.
Hold on. So I'm fucking playing this game, and I'm like, there's no way this is going to happen. Like, I am not doing this. And this is the first time ever in my fucking long life of playing video games that I put the controller down and I said, you know what? There's got to be a way. I can't fucking do this. I'm not doing this and finding out that I fucked up. I turned it off. I went to Google and I Googled, is there a way to save both races? And I found out there was, but you had to make a specific decision back in Mass Effect 2 that like it was an obscure decision that didn't seem like at the time it was going to make a fuck ton of difference, but it did. So I stopped playing. I turned the game off. I went back and I blitzkrieg Mass Effect 2. I played through the entirety of Mass Effect 2, made that decision, played every other decision exactly the way I did it prior, but that one decision, which I went left instead of right, I made the right choice, got to it, and then I played through the entirety of Mass Effect 3 again, only to find out that fucking spot I was at was like 20 minutes before the end of the goddamn game.
And you got your rainbow ending there.
Dude, I swear to God, I was ready to kill somebody. I'm like, you mean I was done with this game and I just went back and played the entire game before it and then this entire game again?
That's a good game, though. Like, all right.
It is.
So the first time I played through 1, 2, and 3, I only lost people when I actually had no choice, like when you had to sacrifice one in the very beginning of the game. That's the only time. Every other time, all the decisions I made were perfect.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when I got to Legion and we had to make that decision, I'm sitting there going, like, I was stuck in my head, like, there's no way that Legion has to die here. And every way I went, it's like, oh, I just committed genocide on this whole race. I'm like, no, that is not the way this goes down. That is not who I am. I am not going to fucking accept that. I went back. I played through I played through like friggin' 20, 30 hours of those friggin' games again just to get that ending. Because in my weird, twisted, drunk fucking head, whatever way I play through a game the first time is the way that game ends.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when I played Heavy Rain and I went through as that fucking guy and I got all the way to the end and I walked out and the cops blasted him dead and the son's fucking left there without a dad now, that's how that game ended. And no matter what way I played it after that, that's how that fucking game ended.
Yeah.
Do you remember that point in time where in Mass Effect, I think it was 3, you get the decision whether or not you're going to allow Krogans to be baby daddies again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The
and you have to
genophage.
make the decision, and you're like, yeah, either yeah, you can or yeah, you can't. But if you had your speech high enough, you could convince them to basically be like, yeah, I have to sterilize your race or I can't allow your race to breed because they're going to be buttholes again. You basically have to convince the dude who you've basically been fighting alongside with for like 2 games that he's not allowed to have sex. You're like, no,
Yeah,
can't do it.
wasn't it like Morton or whatever his name was?
Mordred.
Mordred,
That's-
yeah.
He was he was behind it, but it was in particular it was how they were getting the species to be able to procreate by basically pumping them full of like shitloads of chemicals and fucking them up.
Yeah.
And so because it was such an evil thing that they were doing in order to get rid of the genophage or whatever, that's how you could convince Rex not to go fucking ballistic for destroying
Because
them.
he could die at that point, couldn't he? Like,
Yeah,
that was
if
one of
you
the spots I
didn't
thought
play
you
your-
could.
Yeah, if you didn't play your cards right and you chose to go against his wishes, you had to fight him and you have to kill him. And then after you kill him, you then blow him up. But if you save him, you can actually convince
Grunt.
the doctor. You can convince the doctor and Grunt. I think that's what the Grunt's name was, Grunt. That they're allowed to breed, but selectively. So basically, you release the females that were held captive by the scientists that actually had the ability to have children, and you release them, but they're going to be very selective. And as what was that quip that she said at the very end, as Grunt was like, "Yeah, you're going to be with me," and she's like, "Fuck you, no."
Oh,
Yeah, whatever it was, dude. I don't remember.
those are fun
And
games.
then she winks at Shepard, and you're like, "Oh."
I actually borrowed an Xbox to play Mass Effect 1 and 2 because it came to PS3 like a year later or something like that.
Oh, Mass Effect
Right.
1, yeah.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 1 and 2 are like 2 of my favorite games. Like Mass Effect 1 was good.
I loved everything except for that stupid fucking vehicle. My god, I hated that fucking vehicle.
Yeah, that thing was
Fuck that
awful.
thing.
Yeah.
I honestly wish they did a little bit more with the world explorations, like actually had quests and things like that. That'd be nice.
But Mass Effect 2 like destroyed my belief that game sequels were never as good as the first.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2 is fucking incredible. The best one in the series.
Well, I like how they changed the ammo system and it made, like, it switched over to heat cells and all this and you had unlimited ammo. Like, it was much simpler. But so much more streamlined in a good way.
Mass Effect 2 was probably my favorite out of all the Mass Effects.
Yeah, easy.
Definitely.
There's that one like scene where you're firing that fucking laser at the
Oh, the big thing?
holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's so intense.
Everyone knows the hardest decision in that game was who you're going to bang. That was really everyone's decision about, like, what am I going to do?
I was Liara all the way.
Did anybody ever do the romance with Garrett though?
You couldn't.
No.
It was when they first released the game, that was actually not even an option. You can try, and you got really, really close, but then you couldn't do it.
Really?
Really, yeah. When they first originally released the game, you couldn't do it. And then later on, they released it so that you could do it because there was this whole issue with same-sex couples within video games still.
Whatever. Well, it's not even same species. Who cares? There's video of it on YouTube. You should check it out sometime. It's fucking hilariously awkward. It's so good. It's fucking funny.
it turns out that his tongue is his penis or something like that. But
it's just like there's like some mission that he's on where he's like about to snipe somebody through the head, and like that's where you share your first kiss or whatever. It's so ridiculous.
Oh my god, that'd be weird as hell. They're like, oh, I blew his brains out. Kiss me.
I've got to Google that now.
Quick, do me my carblock.
To check it out, it's pretty funny.
Quick, before I lose my erection.
I remember if you banged Tally, she got all sick and shit, so she spent multiple missions with like a runny nose, didn't she?
No. She actually goes through the process of getting some injections by the doctor, Mordred, that allows her to be out of suit. But the problem is that she doesn't know if being out of suit will kill her or not. She has no way of knowing until she does it. Yeah. So then you pretty much, and I went with Talia as well because like it was like I didn't like any of the other girls. It's like they're all kind of too much of a pain. Talia seems kind of nice character. I actually liked her. I don't know.
Miranda was pretty hot, or whatever her name was.
Yeah, but I didn't do it based upon hotness. I did it based upon what I believe their personalities were.
Was it Ashley?
So I was like, I think Talia's personality was better.
The one that was in that like Chuck show, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it was Ashley, but like Talia, for afterwards, I had like some severe doubts on because she's in like a suit that's sealed, so all them flavors are stuck inside for years and years and years and years. Good point. She got kind of crispy.
Oh, that could be a bad taste. That could be like pulling apart a grilled cheese sandwich right there.
There were some cheese curds.
Did you? You didn't get to see her face though in the.
No, I don't honestly so. Like. I don't think they actually have art of her species like outside their mask, but I imagine they're going to be kind of like almost like the Zoras from like Zelda. They kind of have like almost like a fish-esque because their world is underwater, isn't it?
No,
I can't remember because
I'm pretty sure. Hang on, let's see what
they screwed their world up, didn't they?
They did, but I thought that their
world. When you go to their ships aren't full of water. You go to the planet the Geth inhabited, and they're robotic. So I don't think that the planet is underwater. I mean, I'm sure there's probably water on the planet, but I don't think it's an underwater one.
All right, well, on that note, Shinzu, where can people find you at, man?
People can follow me running the Discord here at G.N.A. Podcast. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter as Secret Solvent, on all one word, Secret Solvent, all one word, where I will be streaming weekly on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock with Cecil here, and you can come listen to us scream like little bitches.
Exactly like little bitches. What about you, Article? Where can people find you at?
Right here, and then my tag here is This Is Article. I'm on Xbox Live as Outstanding CF2, but I'm not usually really on, so if you can catch me, catch me.
Catch me if you can. What about you, Chaz? Where can people find you at?
Just Twitter and PSN, pretty much. I mean, name's the same at all of them, but my Twitter is usually just drunken ramblings, though.
So that's nice.
That's what Twitter's for. That and what was the other drug?
Meth?
Ambien.
Oh,
Ambien.
Yeah, that too.
Forgot about that.
Well, I'm Cecil Xavier, your host. You can find me on Twitter at Cecil vs. Games or everywhere else as just Cecil Xavier. Facebook, Ustream, Twitch, Mixer, all those fun places. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Reviews help people find the show. So if you enjoy listening to us, spread the word. You can also find us on services like Google Play Music, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, Player FM, Spreaker, MyTuner, Your Listen, and Spotify. Yes, we're even on Spotify. So if we're not someplace, let us know. We'll upload there. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook. Just search at G.N.A. Podcast, all one word, and you'll find us there. We've partnered up with Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is a game sharing or a game purchasing service with a twist. It allows you to, whenever you purchase a game, it also allows you to donate to charity. We specifically here at G.N.A. Podcast, we support Extra Life. So if you buy anything and you want to donate through us, you can donate by just changing anything after the question mark on your Humble Bundle link to question mark partner equals G.N.A. Podcast. or you can just slap that typically at the end of any link that you have. That will tell them that we sent you there, and that will give. There's different things that you can do, but typically it just racks up and says, "Hey, we sent you this way." If you buy something on the store, it actually sends us some bones, but. When you buy bundles and stuff like that, we don't want any money. We want you to set that slider all the way down to 0. Give everything to charity, everything to the developers, maybe a little bit to Humble Bundle just so they get a little bones to it too. But we definitely don't want anything from you. We're doing this strictly for the charity portion of it. So far in January, we have raised $10.01. So it's not bad. It could be better, could be worse.
I think they can do better. I think they can do a lot better.
I think we can do better. So just remember, whenever you purchase something on Humble Bundle, or if you're going to get something on Steam, check out Humble Bundle. See if it's there, because they might be selling it there. Just put that partner equals G.N.A podcast all the way at the end, and you'll donate to a good cause. Do you like anime? Because we like anime. Join us Sunday nights at 19:30 Eastern Standard Time. Or Eastern Time, not Standard. It could be Daylight Savings. I don't fucking know what all time is it anyways. At http://www.rabb.it/G.N.A podcast. And we watch anime every single night. In fact, this Sunday coming up, I think we are going to be watching The Fighting Spirit, which, if you haven't watched it, it's a very chill anime. It's one of my favorites. And actually that's why we're watching it, because I've been barking at it for about a year saying, hey, let's watch this, and I think finally we're going to subject people to it. It's actually an anime about boxing, if you can wrap your head around that, but it's not like fantastic or anything like that. It's totally chill and mildly realistic, but that's hosted every Sunday night by Zyber, which she also hosts. Zyberblood also hosts the horror movie nights, which are going to happen tomorrow, but it's actually going to be 2 days ago from when you actually hear this podcast. We release on Tuesdays and we record on Fridays. But we're doing a horror movie night, and the horror movies that we're going to be watching this time around are going to be the Bird Box from Netflix, and we're going to be watching an old one from like 1996 or 5 called Ghost Ship. So join us there every second Sunday of the month for horror movie night. Every first Sunday of the month is game show night, so if you want to win some free Steam codes, join us the first Sunday on mixer.com/G.N.A podcast, and we give away some free Steam codes. Check out Brian and Susan Langell over on 3-Player Co-op, and check out Proxy Fox on Yeah Dude Gaming. Some great podcasts over there. We love those guys. They support us. We try to support them. We also want to thank Morgan BS Photography for our new logo and artwork. Check him out at morganbs.com. You can email us at GNApodcast@GNAandyourdNA.1 with questions, comments, death threats. We don't care. We'd love to hear from you rather than some Arabian prince telling us that we need to funnel some money over here. We've been trying that. It just never works out. It's horrible. Last but not least, check out our website at www.GNApodcast.com. We have all of the episodes up there, as well as we have some pictures from our Massanutten trip, and we try to upload stuff every now and then. As soon as I get some more time on my hand or hire a web developer, we might make it look a little bit better, but until then, it's what it is. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I had a great time. Laughed my balls off. I am seeing 6 monitors in front of me, which is really weird because I only have 3. So it probably means I need to get some water.
Or it means that you're still seeing Zyberblood.
Maybe I'm still seeing Zyber.
And maybe D's here in spirit.
Maybe I do have the D in spirit. Who knows?
Maybe you got a little D in you.
Have a great night, guys.
Good night, guys.
They screwed their world up, didn't they?